reclaiming your power, positivity, and profitability. So if you're seeing other people's results and you're feeling like you're not where you want to be in your life or your business, I'm here to tell you that there's probably some stories that you're telling yourself that you're creating. There's more than likely some limiting beliefs, and you're probably not doing this, what we're going to talk about today. Today, I'm going to fly through my presentation. And if you like this, if you want more, you can tap the link in my bio. You can grab that new course for literally $19.95. That's our intro price. But today we're talking about power, reclaiming your power, positivity, and profitability. Now, if you're a grown-ass adult and you don't have a hustle or a side business, that doesn't mean this is not for you. What I want you to be aware of is what mindfulness is, right? If you were anything like the old me, I thought mindfulness was this woo-woo, Buddha, tree-hugging, granola-eating crap. It is not. So mindfulness is simply the state of being aware in the present moment, non-judgmentally. It involves breathing, guided imagery, which you can find through meditation, through NLP. I myself am a certified NLP practitioner, and other practices that will help you reduce stress. Gratitude is actually one of those practices. But first, I need to get your buy-in. I need you to understand why you give a F about even practicing mindfulness, because your life is chaotic. You're used to the turmoil. You're used to the chaos. You're used to being reactive. And the thought of working to change that is exhausting, right? So let me tell you why you might consider taking a step back in slowing down to speed up. One, when you practice mindfulness, and studies have shown that this can happen in as early as 3 minutes. What? That's a mic drop right there. You need to share this out. By the way, you need to share this out. It will reduce your stress. And don't even get me started on the effects of stress. When you have increased stress, your body is releasing the hormone cortisol. Cortisol, if you're a woman, we know that as tummy fat, right? It increases our tummy fat. Also, it goes up to your brain, and this is totally not a scientific term, but it clogs your brain. So when you're really, really stressed, right, you get a headache, you can't think clearly, you might have trouble articulating your words, you might even fumble with your coordination. That is because those synaptic clefts, right? Nothing can fire because it's clogged with cortisol. There's a lot of studies about stress in general. That's why I practice what I do and I share it with you. That is why I now promote the products that I promote. And that is why self-care and making yourself a priority is always the number one focus in my coaching realm. So it will reduce the risk of heart disease. It will lower your blood pressure. It will reduce chronic pain, okay? It will also reduce your symptoms of depression, anxiety, and PTSD. Now, I am not a clinician. I am not here to diagnose or treat. But what I want you to know is that when my sister died by suicide in 2008, I was then put on some pretty serious antidepressants. But I was put on antidepressants because my body wasn't producing enough serotonin. That's one of your happy hormones. And before you know it, right, the body gets immune. It stops responding the way you want it to, and you find yourself at a higher dose. That's not what you want. But I was there at the very tip of the scale. My dose could not possibly go any higher. So what do you think happens? They introduce medication number 2. And they say, this one is for anxiety. And then slowly over time, right, same thing happens. Number 3, I was put on then a sleep medication. So I'm on 3 prescriptions. Not only are you taking time when you have to see the doctor, sitting in the office, you're losing time, you're losing salary, you're losing wages. My brain is going a million miles an hour. I am focused, trust me. but it's not the way I want to live. I don't want to work hard for my money to put it back into big pharma or the medical, no, I don't want to do that. So I learned through mindfulness that I could actually reclaim my power, be in control of me, my thoughts, my patterns, my belief, my actions, my results. Okay. And I am so proud because I never thought a day would go by in my life where I could say this to you. I am 100% medication and prescription free. I really didn't think I'd ever say that. I was worried. And I realized this is a very big critical piece of living a wholesome, fulfilled life. And your life, however it spills over into your relationships, into your business, that's where the third P in profitability came from. It can improve your empathy and compassion, and it will also improve your memory, attention, and focus. So, do I have your attention? And do I have permission to share a very, very brief brain exercise because I want to get my point across? I want to prove to you that your brain is very much a muscle. You can strengthen it, you can train it, and you can show it what to look for, creating more of that. And you can literally rewire your brain to create new neural pathways. So what I would like to do is I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds. And I simply want you to look around wherever you are right now and just find as many white items as you can in 5 seconds. Go. Okay, stop counting. Drop a comment and let me know how many white items you found during that time frame. Now, I'm not going to guide you. All I'm going to ask you to do is over the next 10 seconds, I just want you to be present, be aware, be focused. So now I'm going to give you 10 seconds and I want you just to look around the room and just be aware and just be present. Okay, go. All right, stop. All right, so now that we did the second step, I want you to tell me if you noticed any additional white items that you didn't see in the first 5 seconds. Did you find any new things? 99% of people, when we do this exercise, find more of the thing that we were intentionally looking for in the first piece of the exercise. That is because you can train your brain. So when you tell it what to focus on, you don't realize this, but you then start to see it more. You start to look for it. Your subconscious is aware. You're awake, alert, and you find more of it. So one of the analogies that I've been using is when you buy a car. You haven't seen that car around your neighborhood. You haven't seen it around your streets. You haven't seen it around your hood, right? What happens when you bring that baby home? Damn it, if I know that car, that make and model, that color are all over the road. So you be driving through your town, there's your car, right? You'll be going to the next town and the next town. And it doesn't matter where you go, you see your damn car everywhere. It's because you're awake. You've subconsciously trained your brain on what to look for. So you're seeking out that, what you're training your brain. So why don't you tell me why this couldn't work with gratitude and mindfulness? So we're going to talk about how to rewire your neural pathways. Here's some ideas. Meditation is one. You don't have to spend all day, half a day, or even 30 minutes in a meditation to get back to center, to breathe, to reduce your anxiety, and just to get back on track. When you practice mindfulness, either meditation, either gratitude, anything that, it's happened to me too. When I bought my white BMW, there was no one around me that had a BMW. I brought that baby home, and don't you know, like the next day, my straight across the street neighbor come home in a white BMW. I was like, you kidding me? I can't have this moment, but that car is everywhere now. So you can meditate. You can go to YouTube. You can go to Mind Valley. You can find a great platform with a guided meditation. If you're with me in MLSP, which is a fabulous marketing community, that's where I learned how to think like a marketer and act like a marketer and have the results. But they have some great guided meditations. You have to focus on gratitude, and it's not always easy to do. I've been down, I've been out, I've had challenges and adversity, and I know for a fact you have. And so when you're down and out, the last thing you care about or want to do is even focus on gratitude. But when you can flip that, stop saying things like, I'll be happy when, if I lose 25 pounds, then I'll be really happy. If I start to make that kind of money, then I'll be really happy. Look, I had my first $14,000 week in my business. I've had multiple and consecutive $10,000 months. Money doesn't change shit unless you change up here, unless you change your life, which you're in control of. And that's the purpose of this conversation. So you've got to stop saying things like, I'll be happy when. It is imperative that you learn how to be happy now. You've got to be happy now in order to attract and create the things that you're seeking out, that you deserve and desire. Some more ways: go for a walk, spend time in nature, take some time to write and reflect. And we're going to talk a little bit about writing, but we learn the most, important rules, not in the moment, but in reflection. Okay. So when you stop and you reflect on things, that's where the breakthroughs come. That's where the epiphanies happen. That's when you're like, damn, I should have said blah, 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 but you didn't, because now you're freaking reflecting on it, because your cortisol level is low, because your stress is low, and it's not clogging all of those synaptic clefts up in your brain. So random acts of kindness. That is amazing. Today is Wednesday. A lot of us participate in what's called Wealth Wednesday, where we do a financial and random act of kindness for a stranger. Leave some money in, somewhere in a store, put it in a diaper box, put it around. So we're talking about gratitude, and that is the quality. I need you to hear this word, the quality of being thankful and the readiness to show appreciation. Okay. Gratitude is everything. Gratitude is life-changing. Why do you care? I need your buy-in. I need to prove to you how it makes a difference. One, it is going to give you and make you feel more positive emotions. I just showed you an exercise 45 seconds ago that literally you train your brain on what to look for. You did that by seeking out a specific color item. Then when I told you, just look around your room, you found more of it because you were focused on the thing, right? So when you're intentionally, effectively looking at gratitude, your brain, you have trained your brain on what to look for. So when you're looking for gratitude, when you're looking at things from a place of gratitude, don't you think you're going to find more of it? It's the beauty of things. Instead of looking at things like a picky asshole and going, that's not good enough. Oh yeah, well, yeah, right? You're playing a victim mode. Everything is not good enough for you. Someone else's fault, someone else's problem. The gratitude is life-changing. So you can relish good experiences. Don't you want to savor the moment, as they say? I look back at the time that Rich and Adriana and myself went on a Disney cruise to the Caribbean. I could have been like working the whole time. I was grateful. My family is safe and healthy and happy and on a Mickey cruise ship. And now I can look back and it's like, I can taste the pina colada. I can smell the salty air. I can feel the wave, the wind, right? As we were going through the Bahamas. I am relishing all of the good experiences in my life, and they don't have to be a cruise. They can be right here at home. They can be playing Monopoly with your family. They can be rubbing on your pregnant baby goats, bellies. It will improve your health. And I'm not going to get into all of this because our course goes so, so deep into all of this. It will help you deal with adversity. Now, listen, you're a human. 100%, you are going to get dealt with challenges and adversity. If you are not practicing gratitude, if you are not practicing mindfulness, doing your meditation, you're up here, right? You're up here. You're like a bubbling, steaming freaking cauldron. That is not good. So when those stressors hit you, when the challenges and adversity, when they hit you, and they're going to, okay? My friend Garrett McGrath said that adversity visits the strong, but stays with the weak. Think about that. If you're doing the self-care, if you're making yourself a priority, you're not bubbling and boiling over. Your cauldron is like, I'm chill. I'm down here. And when the challenges and adversity hit me, I am more prepared, mentally sound, and able to take it on and think realistically, right? So of course, it might get you from here to here. It's still a stressor. You're still human, But taking these action steps and practicing what you know how to do is going to limit the boiling over, the explosions, because that has a ripple effect of your health, your sanity, your financial peace of mind, and your relationships. And speaking of relationships, it will help you build strong relationships. I shared this morning that I started a gratitude journal for my husband. We do not fight. We do not argue. We have an amazing partnership. Our marriage is sound. We are truly friends. And my dad once said, you can't love someone unless you like them. So I'm glad that you like your husband. And I do. I very much like him. That did not stop me from creating a gratitude journal. So every single day, I pop open this journal and I just document one thing that I'm truly grateful for. So if the day ever arises where his crazy ass irritates me, or he forgets to do something, I'm not like, oh my gosh, I'm going to pop my lid off. I'm so focused on gratitude that those little things don't bother me like they once did, right? So now, are there side effects to gratitude? Hell yes. I don't have the data. If you want it, you can message me. But data as in like my source, statistics show that when people practice gratitude, they are more likely to reach their goals than people who don't. Hello. Do I need to say more, or can I just stop this presentation right now? It will reduce your anxiety, improve your mental health, minimize your stress, and improve your sleep. And by the way, these all kind of coincide with one another. So if you are stressed out, that's going to cause your anxiety to, bloop. That causes your depression to, bloop. Then your mental health is off. Now you're not sleeping. Hello. Your brain is not releasing dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, or epinephrine, which are your happy hormones. And ironically, those are the 4 hormones that are found in my product that make you happy, that make you focused. So when you focus on gratitude, it releases those happy hormones. So you don't end up like me, dependent on, medication. Now, obviously, I think it has its time and place, but hey, whatever. So how to practice gratitude even when you don't want to. I know it, right? You're a cranky ass sometimes. I am too. The last thing you care about is being grateful and being thankful. I get it. That is why I recommend an app called the Mindfulness Bell. This bell is beautiful. It goes off randomly throughout your day. You've got to set it up. I'm not here to show you how to do that, but you can message me if you have questions. Go to your app store and just download the Mindfulness Bell. What that does is that beautiful gong goes off and reminds you to be present, be still, and find a piece of gratitude. Okay? You can start a gratitude journal. You can start a gratitude jar. You can volunteer. You can meditate. You can read this, right? I got to go. But tonight, before you go to bed, I need you to document 3 things that you were grateful for today. And the reason why I want you to write it down and not type it or text it is when you write with pen and paper, you're actually activating more than 6 places in your brain. So you have more of a fighting chance to solidify. When you type or text, it only activates 2 places. So I think it becomes a more fibrous part of your being when you're taking that proactive measure to write and to document. So get yourself into the habit of just doing that before you go to bed. One other thing you can do is affirmations, right? Affirmations are just a positive statement that can help you with challenge your adversity, challenge your self-sabotage, and overcome those negative thoughts. It will mitigate the effects of stress when you speak those affirmations, okay? But affirmations do not work for everybody. They do not, sister. So why not, Sister Sledge? Because depending on what you're speaking, it might feel like you're lying to yourself. If you're like, yes, I am 25 pounds lighter, bitch, please. No, you're not. I am easily making $10,000 or more a month. No, you are not, fool, right? So you're lying to yourself. So your brain is smarter than you. And it's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that because you wrong. We not, right? So your affirmations might just seem a little bit too far-fetched. So here's what you can do. You can create more effective affirmations. So you can listen, put on a headphone, play it in your sleep. You know what subliminal messages are. If you're like an 80s and 90s child like me and you had those records, you know that those had subliminal messages on there. That's why you went out and bought more shit, because they told you to. But you can listen to positive affirmations and they will literally override your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference between reality and what you tell it to be true. So the programming that you're doing by listening to these positive affirmations while you sleep, bam, priceless, right? Use affirmations that aren't so wild. You can think back to a period of your life if you've done this before. So if you're looking for confidence and you can recall a time in your life where you felt confident, you would think back to that memory, recall that positive emotion, and then anchor that positivity, that feeling with your affirmation. So now when you speak that affirmation, that positive feeling from your past memory isn't a lie because you've already done it before, right? So boom. One thing that I love that changed my world is affirmations. I put a big O here because if you Google affirmations, you are not going to find it anywhere. Okay. Affirmations. This is your affirmation spoken in the question form. Question form. Your brain is wired to just go find the answers to questions. Okay. That's why when we're prospecting, we're trained to ask open-ended questions because we can't just leave it alone. So when you ask a powerful question in the morning, your brain and your body will literally work till it finds the answer. Okay. Thank you. All I'm saying is if you like what I delivered here today, you are going to absolutely love our new mindfulness course that Chelsea and I created together. It's called The Power of Mindfulness. It is a measly $19.95. You can go grab yours now by clicking the link in my bio. And if you do, please be sure to leave us a good, positive feedback. Honestly, tell us what you really thought about the course once you're done, because that will help other people and other students make their decision. And we're here to impact impactors like you. Okay? Click that link, grab it. Love you so much. Have a great day.